We're all allowed to have our feelings hurt. I'm allowed to have feelings, okay?
She's not going to call you back.
I'm going to feel what I need to feel, okay?
Yeah, let's take a moment so we can all feel what we need to
Moment
feel.
of silence, please.
Moment of silence for Dalton's feelings and my whistling.
And that was also David's 5 seconds. So you're welcome.
Nice. Hey, I don't know if you planned that, but that was smart.
It works out.
Dude, Dalton, what did we do this weekend?
We went to actually a bomb ass orchestra, and we saw William Smith.
Nope, John Williams.
John Williams.
Who's William Smith?
William Smith is Will Smith when he's dressed up and he's proper. William Smith.
Is that what you call him?
No.
That's really weird. I've never thought that his name is William.
Yeah. Or it's Bill.
Billy Smith?
Billy Smith.
Is Bill short for William?
Yeah, we went over this a couple weeks ago.
Did we really? Mm-hmm. Oh, right on. Yeah, no, he was awesome. It was he's the one who did music for like Indiana Jones, E.T., Star Wars.
I think the only people that needed an introduction to him was me and you.
Yeah, I had no idea who he was actually. Yeah. I love the music,
which is weird because you love Star Wars.
Exactly. I just thought it was like an orchestra that did it. I didn't think it was a person who composed it. I never thought about it that way, you know. So then I figured that out later on, but I just never looked into it. So I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, it was funny. He played all the songs, and it was cool to see all the lightsabers light up at the end.
He did the Imperial March.
But it was funny because when you want an encore, you know, the artist goes off stage. And then, you know, the audience starts chanting, one more song, or encore, encore, right? And then the artist, like, stays off the stage to, like, build the suspense, right? So he's older. I think he's turning 90, or he just turned 90 or something like that.
Like in his late 80s.
He would literally walk off the stage, stop, and then walk back out like, oh, all right, you guys want another song? Like, there was not enough time to build up the suspense for it. He would just walk out there, turn around, and come back. And then after the last one, I think a stage manager grabbed him and brought him out for one more song. And at the very end, he just put his hands by his face, and he's like, I'm sleepy, I need to go, I'm sorry. And then he like held up a lightsaber, and everybody cheered, and then it ended. So Hollywood Bowl, though, man, super cool spot. Super cool.
Was that your first time being there?
Mine, yeah.
I've been there before. I saw Kevin Hart there. Pretty dope.
It was cool. And then where we sat at was like in the back, but it was perfect because it was the first row of our section. So we had a ledge with a railing that we were able to like just like put our drinks on and stuff and
put our feet on.
It was very convenient.
We were super relaxed. I actually bought those little $1 cushions you can buy over there. So we had like cushions under our buns. Super comfortable.
Did you like take a picnic and stuff? That's usually you go there, you picnic.
We brought drinks.
You drink wine, and then
wine.
No wine. We brought a cooler and we stuffed it with.
This is when our addiction with surges.
Yeah. We found surges, so we bought them, and then we put them in the ice chest along with some mixture or High Noon seltzers, not sponsored. High Noon seltzers that Monique really likes, and so. When we got him, Dalton was like, Matt, are you going to be able to fit all of this in there? And I was like, most of it, watch. And I did. And then we took it, and the lady opened up my bag and gave me this weird look, like, she's like, you're a fucking alcoholic. And I was like, hell yeah, baby. And then I closed it up, and we continued.
Yeah, I was gonna take it up because I knew Matthew was having a knee problem, but then it started spilling, and I wasn't going to deal with that.
Yeah.
So Matthew took it up, and I took it down, which honestly, it was still pretty heavy taking it down. So yeah. I feel like we both suffered through the same amount of pain.
Yeah.
Just one came out less wet.
Yeah. But then after that, me, David, and Dalton traveled down to San Diego to celebrate our boy John Martinez's bachelor party.
I never packed so fast in my life.
And we're going to get into that right after this intro. David, roll it.
Roll that intro, David.
I'm Drumm.
I'm Drummer.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Week 95.
Week 95, guys. That's 9 times 5, 45, plus 5, 50, plus 30, 80, plus 15, 95. 95. I was surprised they got there with the 15. I didn't think it was gonna
I thought we were
You thought
going.
you went over, didn't
Yeah, I
you?
thought I would.
I thought we were going downhill at the 45. I was like, oh no.
I was like, because when I did it, I was like, oh wait, 94 or 95, and I just went for 15. I just really went for it. Wow.
Welcome back, everybody, and as always, we're your hosts. I'm Drumm,
And I'm Drummer.
and this is a podcast about brotherhood and the 3 S's: storytelling,
Supernatural.
and self-improvement. So we celebrated John Martinez's bachelor party, went down to San Diego, did some paintballing, and it was Dalton's first experience paintballing.
Yeah.
So weird that it's been so long and you'd never gone.
Yeah, there was always something that came up or just didn't want to go. So it was probably one of those options.
So, dude, give us a rundown. What do you think?
It was, well, I was fucking terrified because the minute we pulled up in there's all these people in like this fucking gear. Just
He saw Bush walking across the
yeah,
fucking
it was
parking
insane.
lot.
There was just people like all camouflaged out, all geared up, and I was like, where the fuck did David bring us? And then we thought about it, and I was like, you said it. You're like, well, we're too far out for it to be convenient for someone, and we're just far enough to where like you have to kind of want to go there for a reason, and so you have to like really enjoy it or be particular about that, you know. So yeah, those people were fucking into it. They had a whole tournament going on that day. It was insane.
And Camp Pendleton is not too far from there, so I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of the people were probably active, troops.
Yeah, they had a whole thing going on. So that was pretty cool. But then luckily it was just the party going against each other, which made things way more fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt way more at ease. So thank you, David, for setting all that up.
Yeah.
And we got to shoot David a bunch of times. I didn't realize how much the paintball hurt in different areas. Like chest, didn't care. Shoulders, didn't care. Back, painful. Top of the head, painful. Legs didn't hurt.
Oh, you got
Kneecaps.
blasted in the hand, didn't you?
I got hit in the hand a few times.
Yeah.
It's fine. Just the back and the top of the head is just absolutely horrific.
Yeah, no, for me, I have one on my shoulder that I got shot right here. Daniel gave me that one. And that one didn't hurt in the moment. Like, I felt it, but it was okay. But now it's the only one that hurts. Like, everybody has been freaking, like, touching my shoulder for some reason. And every time it hurts. And then I thought it was David, but we played this one map where it was basically you were, like, 2 hills, and then there's a valley in the middle that you got to come down to. And so I was going against David, and I was next to Dalton, and we were coming over, and I see David run all the way across. So I like pop out of this bush, and I start trying to like hit David while trying to dodge the thing that he's like shooting at me. But he was just a decoy because his cousin Daniel was like right below me and just popped me right in the collarbone like 4 times. It hurt so bad.
Yeah.
That one hurt. And then there was one map. It was like the Western map. It was kind of like, country Western style. And we're playing capture the flag on this one. And I see this like cylinder that I'm like, oh, cool. I'm going to go in there and nobody else can fit in there. So nobody's going to come behind me. I know that much. So I'll just wait for someone to pop out around this corner and, I'll shoot him. So all of a sudden I see John turn the corner, and he's played so much COD and Halo in his life that he automatically sees the tip of my gun and then just fucking unloads inside the barrel. Like, not even aiming necessarily at me, but like all of a sudden, like I have paint splattered on my mask from just hitting the side of the barrel. And then he found a couple that just nailed me in the collarbone again. And that one hurt. I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah, John was relentless. The only thing I really wanted to do was get a shot on John for his bachelor party. I had to get a shot off. So the only time I actually got a chance was at that same course, but he was on the other side of the field. And I just kind of went, pop, pop. And I saw them both go in the air and land perfectly at the top of his head. And he had a whole red spot on his head for like the rest of the weekend because of where I shot him.
Yeah, and then I got John on the next match after he had shot me in the collarbone. It ended up being everybody versus John, like right towards the end. And he decided to like sprint from one side of the map to the other. And there's a couple obstacles in the way, but I happened to be moving up right behind David was to my right. And as I was moving up, I just see John start running. So I just immediately started opening up like right where he was going to be. And I timed it perfectly, but poor John, because somebody shot him in the back. So then when he got to where my paintballs were flying, he jumped and like 4 of them just like nailed him all over the side of his body. He's like, what the heck, Matt? But
It was so much fun.
Well, I mean, you guys are talking strategy, talking about like hits and stuff, but how does it feel. I feel like when people think about
It's-
paintball, their initial reaction is fear.
It's terrifying.
Because you're getting hit
You know,
by balls.
The best thing I can say is if you ever go, just get the first shot out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, it's just so fun to like, because I don't know, at least when I was growing up, like we always played like make believe and stuff. And that would be one of the things like we'd just be shooting at other people. And so to actually be able to do it and have not get made fun of for doing it in public, you know, where you have a reason, it's kind of, it's so much more fun.
I've never been stung by a bee, so I can't say that it feels like a bee sting.
It doesn't.
It just feels like a solid, like if you have a sibling and they just solidly punch you in the arm. Like not hard, like not actually trying to hurt you, but like a shut up, man. It's like a solid punch. It kind of feels like that, but in a very concentrated area.
So it doesn't?
If like
one knuckle.
if I give you a Charlie horse, yeah. One knuckle, just like right in your shoulder.
like a Charlie horse.
You know,
that's a good
it
way
kind
of
of feels
explaining
like that. Yeah. But what's funny is that you said the back hurt really bad. I have a big bruise on my, like a pellet sized bruise on my back, but I didn't feel getting shot there. Like I don't remember that happening.
No, it hurts.
Yeah.
And what about the whole idea of you kind of talked about it, but like playing war, essentially.
Yeah, being in that space.
Like, is it exhilarating?
It's so much fun, bro. You get to you get to think. And I know it was me and Brad for a while, and we would strategize like who's gonna go, how we cover, you know, how we're gonna make sure we get to that next like cover point. And then Brad gets shot the fuck up, and I'm stuck in a corner like fuck.
The first like I don't know round is everybody's still getting used to the teams. So all of a sudden, like everybody's on edge. As soon as you hear the buzzer go, I think I said this, like as soon as the buzzer goes, my breathing went from like, which is my normal breathing, right, to all of a sudden it's like
all of a sudden everything gets so hard to do.
Yeah. And you get like, because when you have adrenaline, like you get tunnel vision, which isn't good during, you know, quote unquote war paintball matches. So all of a sudden you get tunnel vision. You can only see the thing in front of you. Me and John's brother-in-law, Ansem, were essentially like, you know, in Scooby-Doo when Shaggy and Scooby get scared and they go back to back and they spin in circles. Basically what me and Ansem did the entire first round. And then after that first shot, you're just kind of like, oh, it doesn't hurt as bad as I remember or I thought it did. And the only reason why I was like, because the last time I paintballed, we went for David's birthday. I turned this corner and JP's on the floor, shoots, and it just split my hand open. Like it was like so close that it just split my hand open. So like that's the last memory I have of getting shot with a paintball. So when I realized I was going to get shot, as soon as I saw it coming, I kind of like braced and I was like, oh, that's not bad at all. Hell yeah, cool. And then from there, it was like everyone settles down and then strategies come in where it's like, you know, we flank to the right and then there's push them out to the left and there's like people there starting to shoot. Like it's fun.
Or sometimes you just go balls to the wall. I ran through the field like twice. Just like, fuck it. If I get hit, I get hit. I just need to get to that next point. So I would just run and just hope for the best. It was so thrilling and so terrifying all at the same time.
But then we had rental guns and they would randomly stall out. Yeah. And just being shot at while trying to like unjam your gun is just the most frustrating thing in the world.
So terrifying.
But so we did that, and then we ended up going out to Gaslamp District that night. Had some good dinner, had some good drinks. Got to see our boy John on Mechanical Bull.
Killed it, by the way. He
Dude,
really knows how to shake that ass.
So good. We ended up going to what's it called, Double Deuces.
Yeah,
Double Deuce.
Double
It was
Deuce.
funny because we were there for John's bachelor party, but there was like, I think I counted 7 bachelorette parties.
Oh, yeah?
Also that show. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
there was
7
a lot
girls
that night.
with the veils who all went up and did the mechanical bull.
Yeah, I was laughing because I was in line for John to, you know, get on this damn bull for, it felt like 45 minutes. I was there for a long
You
time.
kept getting cut.
Well, yeah, because they would be like, they did it smart. They would leave one person in line. Everyone else would go get drinks, come back. And then they would come back when they needed to sign the waivers. And then all of a sudden there's like, you know, 9 of these women in front of me. I'm like, what the hell? And it's just me and John. And so naturally, you know, before John went on the bull, I made him unbutton his shirt a little bit. Sorry, excuse me. My throat got really dry.
Why?
I don't know. So then, so then he went on. He looked like a stiff piece of wood, and we had a lot of fun.
He did not. He moved very well.
Hey, do you guys remember when he tried to pump the crowd up?
Yeah.
I caught the very end of it. So John walks around the bull and starts like trying to like bring the crowd up, but he's not a girl, so nobody really cared. So he got on, and it was fun. And then after that, we went to a couple places. After that, coin op, and then I had the worst hot dog of my goddamn life.
Yeah, you want to tell that story since you also told the story of your favorite hot dog?
Dude, I've been, so
Oh,
you guys,
yeah, that was last week.
that's literally the only reason I got it. So you guys know recently I had a life-changing experience where I had a bacon-wrapped hot dog
Matt, you
from
were
a street
drunk.
vendor. I would eat that again right now.
But you were drunk then.
He was also drunk when we went out.
I think I was
Okay, so basically on a drunk scale, he can measure it now.
Yeah.
Got it.
even playing field. I asked this man in San Diego, I said, hey, do you have a bacon-wrapped hot dog? He says, I got you. So he gives me a hot dog with no bacon, but it has mushrooms on it. And I said, sir, this isn't a bacon-wrapped hot dog. He said, yeah, but it has mushrooms on it. And in my drunken mind, I'm like, makes sense.
Yeah, that's 100%
And
accurate.
so then I eat it, and everybody's looking at me like, Matt, you shouldn't be eating that. But I ate it, because I paid for it. And I was looking for another hot dog experience. It was fucking bullshit. I had like 2 bites, said this is terrible, and then everybody decided to tell me, like, yeah, that looked pretty bad. I'm like, stop me next time.
There's just nothing on it.
Yeah, but then we walked down 2 streets, and there was a street vendor selling those bacon-wrapped hot dogs, but my time was done. Yeah, and so then me and Dalton got stuck on the side of the road for a little bit. Twice, because I think I have a bad lift rating apparently, because everybody kept canceling on me.
You have to have a bad rating.
Yeah, but then I also kept promising people large tips and then forgetting that I did that, not actually tipping them the proper amount. So I definitely deserve it.
Wow. That's fucked up that you didn't do
Yeah, I was drunk. I didn't mean anything by it. You know me, I have no problem paying people. Apparently except Lyft drivers. It's a character flaw of mine.
The more you know about Matthew and his Lyft services.
Yeah. So, and then the next morning we woke up and then we went to breakfast. Dalton and I had the brilliant idea of riding a bird together.
Well, we got hammered
God.
first.
No, so this isn't entirely our fault. I mean, it is, but also we found parking at the restaurant we were supposed to be at.
Yes, but things had changed. So where we were at,
Yeah, that would have been great parking too. That was
it was prime, right? Like literally the street of the restaurant.
easy.
And then we ended up being about 4 blocks,
4 blocks from where they parked.
and then 4 blocks from where they parked. So 8 blocks to the next restaurant.
Yes.
So David's exact words were, "Hey guys, how badass would it be if we all pulled up on birds? How cool do you think people would think we looked?"
I still stand by that.
Me and Dalton are drunk, and we're like, "Yep, sounds great."
I also didn't know you guys were this drunk.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I could have walked straight.
Everyone started drinking that morning, and again, I see you guys drinking Surges,
Yeah.
and I'm used to you guys pounding White Claws and not being phased.
Yep. Nope.
So I didn't know that Surges got to you guys.
Oh, they smacked the hell out of me. So we all get our scooters ready, and we hop on, and mine's dead, naturally, just like the last time I tried to ride a bird. And then after we get on, I go, guys, mine's dead. And Dalton goes, Matt, just hop on the back of mine, and we'll just ride this together. And so I was like, all right, cool, sounds good. So Dalton's on the scooter. I grab the back. I get on with Dalton. Dalton pushes. He goes, I don't fuck.
Well,
a foot
our weight wasn't.
distributed properly at all. And I have a bad knee. So all of a sudden, Dalton leans over and is like going into this building.
I finally pressed the gas. I was like, whoa.
I fall off and end up landing on my bad knee in the splits. My knee pops, right? My knee pops. I'm on the floor.
Okay, as that's happening, I'm on the damn fucking thing, and I'm yelling because I'm going sideways. I run into the gate, and it makes a loud bang. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, everyone's watching us right now. And then Matthew's on the floor, and he won't fucking get up because he's in so much pain. But I'm like, bro, we have to leave. We have to go. We have to go. We fucked up.
So then I'm on the floor, and everybody's like, oh shit, are they okay? Do we need it? Like, they're all concerned. And David walks up to the crowd and goes, don't worry. This was a pre-existing condition. And it was at that moment I did not care how much pain I was in. I was going to limp my way around the corner and get the fuck out of there.
I just don't understand how that was the comforting thing to say to the crowd. Like, what are you gonna go? Okay,
Yeah.
like it was hilarious.
So we get up
and we walked. More than a walk of shame.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
We walked the 8 blocks. I feel like they could see us the whole way there. We sit down. They have our group. They have Bloody Marys, some drinks. I'm like, I need a shot. Like I need a drink this way.
And then Matt shamed our server.
I did? Oh yeah, I did. Ernesto, you'll like this. The server comes over and they go, hey, they start talking it up, all this stuff, and they're like, yeah, do you? I'm like, oh, what kind of tequila do you have? And they're like, oh, we have every kind of tequila. If he didn't say every kind, my drunken self would be like, oh, okay, But the fact that he said every kind of tequila, and I know most of the stores and restaurants that Ernesto's family's tequila's in. So I go, oh, do you have Fuegos? And they stop, and he goes, oh, no, you found the only one that we don't. And this is this is where I'm the asshole, because this next brand of tequila is being released very soon, but it's not out yet. I'm like, oh, do you have Cholo Swinkle? And he looks. And then he stops and he looks and he goes, no, we don't have those. We have Don Julio. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So you have every tequila. Like, no, you don't.
Nobody fucking wants Don Julio.
No, you don't, bro.
No.
If you didn't say every, I probably wouldn't have done anything. But
and then you go to Don Julio as your backup. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. No good.
It's fucking shame.
Then
he was a nice guy though.
He was a very nice guy.
Whatever,
nice guy.
Man.
And then we got breakfast, had some drinks.
No, I can't.
Breakfast, had some drinks, and then after that we were debating between a couple of things to do. So then we ended up going and renting a giant pontoon boat.
It wasn't giant. It was a normal sized pontoon boat.
I've never been on a pontoon, so I don't actually know.
Okay.
It was a fun pontoon boat.
It was a fun pontoon boat.
The last one.
Was it?
It was the only one available.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, it's Labor Day in San Diego.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
That was so much fun.
That was fun. So Captain Brad steered the ship, and the rest of us got to drink and hang out and have a good time and jump in the water. And David had to pull me out because I couldn't get back in. Bro, it was a mess, dude. I wasn't even drunk at that point. I had sobered up.
You know what it reminded me of?
When Dad went whitewater rafting.
And he was holding on to the raft and I just looked at him and was laughing at him. And I remember when you were trying to climb on, I looked over and I was looking at you. You were like,
dude, at one point I pulled. The thing was my knee hurt, so I couldn't use my other leg. So the only reason you pulled me up was because at that point I was like, if I hurt my knee again, I'd fuck it. Because at one point I was like, just throw me a life vest. I'm just gonna hang on. Just get me home.
Yeah. Matthew was also very sore this weekend, and I counted how many times he talked about his soreness, and it came to around 48 times the weekend.
I still think that's you didn't count right, because I think it was way more than that.
When I was around, that's how much I counted from the drive up.
Yeah, last week was
Friday,
rough, man.
Friday to Sunday.
My lats were so sore and my biceps were so sore that I couldn't sleep, because anytime I'd spin around, it would just hurt. I would wake up every time. The best night's sleep I had was Dalton, and this is the first time we had shared a bed in a while. God, I forgot how fucking needy you are. And I'm in bed, and he needs to touch me just ever so slightly. It's not a lot, but it's enough to fucking annoy me. And then all of a sudden that part of my body becomes really hot, and I'm like, bro. So then I move, and then he wiggles his way over. I'm like, Dalton, stop.
I don't remember any of that.
I know.
Remember falling asleep.
Yeah, you knocked out. So, and then after the pontoon boat, man, we grabbed some In-N-Out and headed home. It was a great weekend. Johnny boy, happy bachelor party, dude. Hope you had fun.
Yes, it was a great time.
But, yeah.
It was fun for me anyways.
Yeah. David, thanks for driving us.
The other thing we did while we were driving was we explored and we played games with the new feature that Spotify has given us.
Spotify blends.
Hashtag not an ad.
Hashtag blend it up, baby.
No, it's not an ad. It's just great.
But it is pretty cool. But you know what? From our list that I've seen so far, it seems like it's not really catching up to what I'm listening to now. It's kind of what I've been listening to in the past.
Hold on. For our listeners that don't know what Spotify blends is, what is it?
Spotify blends is a blends part of the podcast. No, it's not. I don't know what I'm talking about.
It puts random pieces of our podcast in the middle of songs. You're just listening to it, just hear me and Dalton laughing.
That's terrifying. How do you explain blends? It's just like one person's playlist and another person's playlist, and they see what matches.
I think it just takes two people's libraries and saved music or like recent like listening history, and then it tries to find the most compatible songs with each other.
Yeah.
That like are closely related, and then it creates one playlist from that. Which is why I think...
But we listen to a lot of the same things, too.
Which is, exactly. So because we have a lot of the same taste...
It's probably like who listened to this song more.
Like, I can see Matthew coming out with benefiting out of this way more than me and you. Because Matthew doesn't listen to music. So, like, we show him a bunch of new stuff.
Okay, that's not true. Because literally almost every song that you were like, oh, David, this is yours. Matthew would never listen to this. When you had to emphasize the fact that I wouldn't listen to it because A, I don't listen to real music anymore. B, I don't explore outside my boundaries because it makes me uncomfortable.
I have said that.
C, because I don't like to try new things.
I have said
Every time you would specify that, you know what would happen? It would be my fucking song.
Yeah, you proved me wrong a lot that day.
Okay, then why are you still bringing it up?
Because it's only like 4 songs you're talking about. I'm talking about like a whole playlist, man.
No, but
so the idea is that you get it's supposed to be like each person gets a song at a time, but the vibes are supposed to be close enough that the other person would be like, oh, I like this, I want to listen to more of it, but it's a song that like only the other person's listened to. And then there's some that
are always
you both have listened to. Yeah.
Yep.
So the fun thing is guessing whose song is who.
Yeah, so David would play it, and then Dalton would guess whose song it was, mine or David's or whatever. But I talk to people that David had blended with, right? So me, Dalton, your sister, Natalie. And as soon as I looked at mine and David's blend, I all of a sudden, the first song, I was like, the first two, it gives like little pictures of your like profiles to say like, whose song it was. And it was me and David. And then it was a song about me, I think, one of my songs. And then the very first song of David's is this song. And I read the name of it and I started laughing because this is exactly what I would imagine David's contribution to our playlist would be. It's this song called Steak and Tits.
Steak and Titties.
Steak and Titties.
By Chowsand.
And so then all of a sudden Dalton opens up his blend with David and I look and I see that same song. And I go, Dalton, have you listened to it? He goes, no, not yet. So we listened to it. It's a fun song. It's a funny song.
It's a David
It's a fun song. But it's just David all encapsulated, right?
It's just David.
So then I talked to David's sister, Natalie, at the gym, and I go, hey, do you have the song Steak? And she goes, Steak and Titties? Yeah, that I have that on there too. So I think that's just David's like song
literally
How often do you listen to that song?
I don't even listen to it that much. That's what it's like. I listened to it a lot when I first found it, and for whatever reason, Spotify seems to think that's my signature song. Yeah,
like you.
Well, I was listening to.
You would replay it.
I was listening to Chowsand a lot, so like it would just be on repeat. Yeah, but that's why I think like this same thing. You're saying it's a bunch of songs you used to listen to.
Yeah,
is because that's what we have in common. I don't listen to so much Ghost Main and Suicide Boys and newer like dark rap like that. So it's just because Spotify is going, oh, David might not like that. I've never seen him listen to it. It's just not adding that to it. They're like the same way our blends that with you two, I don't have 80s music or musical theater and stuff like that, even though I'm listening to it, is because it's not on your radar enough to be included.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty cool feature. Feel free to, if you'd like to hear Steak and Titties, blend with David.
David's already blended with 30 other people, so it's not like it really matters.
Yeah, that was a big point of contention for you guys.
No, not me. I do not care. For Dalton.
No, I do. That hurts my feelings, man. I thought we were going to be special. I thought we had something. Then he just did it with like 7 other people.
No, if you want to know if you're special, it's when you get a specific text message of a song saying, listen to this.
Never gotten that from David.
I got like...
We send each other shit all the time.
I
know. Dude, Dalton, what would happen if the internet shut down?
Oh, yeah, this was a thing. So this is like in like not as developed countries. The government will shut down the internet.
Oh.
Just like cut it.
You're done for the day?
No, for like months or weeks at a time.
Why?
And I was like,
pay their bill.
usually for like
power reasons?
Yeah. Or? Like, so if an election is coming up or something.
Oh, I meant like electricity power reasons, not power.
No, like the internet. Like you can't go onto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me think.
Yeah. So I was like, what do you think would happen?
I think just initially, I just imagine everybody rushing to the grocery store to buy toilet paper. That's like just first thing.
Do we have?
Got to get the essentials.
Can I play my downloaded games?
If it's on your computer already, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't play online.
Let's see.
But everything that's on your download, you can't stream anything either.
I think I could easily live without online. I could live like that.
You can't play music.
Oh, that might be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you downloaded it
Can't
from
watch anime.
Spotify.
Can't watch your cartoons.
Well, I'll just meditate, and I'll meditate and I'll write a book.
What are you gonna write a book about?
If I was to write a book about anything, it'd be about like
Shrek and titties.
You know what I've been getting called at work that I'm not too proud about?
Is it Shrek or titties?
No, it's Lord Farquaad.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Because of your hair?
Because of my hair.
Just let me come visit you one day, and they'll be like, "Nah, that's this guy."
Yo, you look like Lord Farquaad. And I'm like, don't say that.
You go, he talks and he talks.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
This is the little pig, it's a little pig, right?
Yeah. And then I showed the kids my cow farm impression. I went, Rachel, it's a cow farm. We're going to have cows outside.
I can hear Rachel. They don't say Rachel.
I know. I only say Rachel because of Rachel. Because they don't. They say like
Bertha.
No, Jennifer.
That's not it. I don't know what the name is. What's the name of the wife in that video?
It's definitely not Rachel though.
Movie.
But yeah, I think I'd be fine, to be honest. I mean, I only thing I'd be worried about is work. Like, how am I going to work? How are we going to contact people, the kids, students, all that
Well,
shit.
Do you just drive to their house and knock on their door?
Working.
Huh?
Your phone doesn't stop working.
Even we can't use the internet.
You can't use Google Maps.
So how am I supposed to get to their houses?
You can't.
They're gonna hand you an Atlas map.
You can't even MapQuest it.
Yeah.
You have to use like a almanac or something.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Kids ain't getting picked up because I'd be lost.
You got lost on the way to Wendy's before this.
No, I didn't. I just thought we were taking a different route.
That's called lost, Dalton.
Also true.
You said, "Where's the bridge? Where's the bridge?" That is something somebody says when they're lost.
You got lost walking home from school.
That was one time.
You did?
Yes. You picked me up.
Oh, I
You went down
remember.
the wrong path.
Yeah,
You literally one street away.
yeah. He's walking by the apartments.
You know what? I think it was Bonnie Cove. I think I was walking down Bonnie Cove.
Yeah, and then
I thought it was Sunflower or something.
Yeah, but you're walking down Bonnie Cove, and then you made a right into like this street that has all the apartments. And then you called me, you're like, "Man, I'm lost." I'm like, "How? We've lived here your entire life." "I don't pay attention when mom and dad drive." I'm like, "What the fuck do you do?"
I just look. I look at things.
That will never make sense to me. I don't understand it.
I do that in car rides now. I'm not really on my phone in car rides. I'm usually
That's bad. You're driving.
No, like when David was driving.
Okay.
I wasn't really on my phone. I was like looking around. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But you're saying that to say that you don't pay attention to where you're driving, or you do pay attention to where you're driving?
I don't pay attention to where I'm driving.
If you don't pay attention, I would think it's because you're on your phone.
Well, no. I just am not thinking about the direction. Thinking about like the leaves and stuff. You know?
But the leaves always change direction with the wind.
Amen. As do our thoughts, as do our hearts.
What about like on a global scale, though? Not a global scale. Like, what do you think happens in the city?
Oh,
Hysteria.
fucking riots, bro.
I don't know about riot. Yeah, probably riots.
Well, no, maybe not riots because not everyone can get together.
You still have power. You still have electricity.
But people have to figure out how to like talk to one another.
Yeah,
You still have phones.
You can still text. You can still call people. It would just be like the olden days. Like you can't use your phone for the internet. I feel like it would be.
I feel like it'd be so awesome.
I feel like there'd be a lot of very. It would just be rough because like you have people that rely heavily on the internet for their income.
Do you think style would change?
Immediately?
Like people's styles, like the way they dress and stuff? Do you think that would be a different, like, that would be like different styles for everything? Like people won't dress like the Kardashians anymore. Like little trends will stop.
And then like, do you think that we go back into like the days where like, you know, going to the barber shop was like a place of news and you know, stuff like that. And like your local town becomes your, you know, social media where you go out, you know?
Like how much do you regress as a teen?
Malls blow up again.
Malls blow up again. Yeah.
Malls, water coolers everywhere now.
Just
everyone goes
randomly in the middle of the fucking street.
Just go talk over there. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the dynamics of it all. Everybody, I feel like there would be a lot of very small communities that would really flourish and thrive. But then I also feel bad because like there's a lot of people who have communities where it's predominantly based on friends that aren't around here. You know what I mean?
David's Twitch.
Like our friends.
Like your Twitch or
like our friends.
There's you guys. You know what I mean? Like
anymore.
Yeah.
We can still sit here and talk though.
It would just be. I mean, it would be this without the microphones, or the lights, and probably a lot more alcohol.
And the camera.
But yeah, I mean, it would be interesting. That would be quite the experiment.
That's fun. They did something similar to that. I think I mentioned that show before. What show was it? Remember I talked about it before?
Can you narrow it down for me?
It's like there was like 12 people all dropped on this
Naked and Afraid?
Naked and Afraid of Love.
Oh,
the new dating show.
I haven't watched that yet.
What is it called? The Colony?
Yeah, The Colony.
Yeah. We talked about there's a show. These 12. It's a game show.
Honestly, it's a killer show. They should make it again.
What's your clickbait show?
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
No.
Dude, clickbait, wild. Have you seen it?
Is this an old show like The Circle that Dalton watched 4 years ago?
No, this one's newer.
Okay.
It's one of those things that I won't watch for a very long time, but I'm sure I'll like it when I watch it.
It's a limited series on Netflix. It's 8 episodes. Each episode is 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it is a thriller. The premise of it is there is I can't really say much without giving it away, so I don't want to do that. It's just a horror thriller. Very few shows have as many twists and turns as this one does, to the point where I don't like to sit down and watch TV. I don't like to watch movies. We've talked about this a lot.
Except for Mondays.
And Monique and I sat down. We watched the first episode, and I got up. I made a big bowl of popcorn. I made a drink. I sat down. I said, "We're watching all of this today." And she's like, "All of it?" And I'm like, "Yep." There's no way. If every episode is like this, there's no way that I won't be able to finish it. So we literally sat down and watched 8 episodes of it. It was fantastic.
I was in solitude.
And the ending is just fucking wild. And you're like, what the fuck? This is cool. I definitely want you guys to watch it. I'm sorry. I want to say more, but I don't want to spoil anything. It's kind of hard.
Clickbait.
Netflix.
I've heard good things.
All right, let's go check it out on our break.
Yeah.
All 8 episodes? VeggieTales.
Broccoli.
Celery.
Gotta be.
I didn't watch the VeggieTales.
VeggieTales. Boom, 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 boom. And we're back.
You ain't never had your life.
And we are back. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the break as much as we did. But this week, we're going to jump into a fun segment of ours.
We hope so.
I enjoy it.
I need to look this up, actually. I don't know how. It's not a very, not a very specific, thing.
Yeah, this is very broad. I don't know how you want me to jump at this.
You do it however you want.
And so this week's first segment is...
It's historically inaccurate with Drumm and Drummer.
All right, and this week's historically inaccurate is...
The rise of the internet.
The internet. I thought you were going to say some Star Wars reference right there.
No. I'm just going to go rise of the internet.
Rise of the internet. So fun fact, there's actually 3 renditions of the internet. Web 1.0, Web 2.0, and we're currently experiencing Web 3.0.
Or 2.5.
Dalton, what do you think Web 1.0 was?
I can't. It has to be just command line bullshit. It has to be structured.
The internet.
How did someone think up the internet?
They were really bad with carrier pigeons, and they were like, I need to get this over there.
So are you trying to figure out, Matt, like you're directing me on how I should think about the rise of the internet. Are we doing your version of the internet or my version of the rise of the internet?
I mean, you can say whatever you want. I have fun facts about the internet that I really wanted to share.
Wait, so this isn't historically inaccurate for you then?
No, I mean, I don't know how the internet was created.
Is that what we're going with this? Where do you want, what answer do you want out of this?
I just wanted you to, like, the first rendition of the internet. What do you think it was?
What do you mean rendition?
The first version of the internet. What do you think it was?
Or are you talking about how it got started?
we're supposed to be talking about how it got started, but I just went another route with it. Normally, you just roll with me, but you're in a mood, so we're just like...
I'm not in a mood. I was just confused by what you're trying to...
All right, Dalton, how did you create the internet?
I didn't.
Okay, how would you have created the internet?
I wouldn't. I'm trying to...
How is the internet created?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. If you let me have a thought for a second, I would appreciate it.
How did someone conceptualize the
You know what, Matt? You go. What do you got?
Dude, so back to my carrier pigeon theory, because I think it's pretty accurate. This guy was just really bad with carrier pigeons, and he needed to tell Juliet that he loved her. And so he basically created 2 machines and somehow delivered the second machine because it was way easier than using a carrier pigeon. And then he found a way to transfer a message from one to the other using wavelengths, and was able to send a message and was like, this is pretty cool. Let me create the internet. Blink, boom. The internet was now created.
Dalton?
I think it was just kind of like forms of people trying to socialize, but like without having the anxiety of being in front of people. That's why I think social media got started. Is just people wanted to not want to be around them, but also wanted to be around them. But that's a whole other topic. I think the rise of the internet was kind of just a form of it had to be science first. It had to come from like something to make a machine more efficient, you know. But then they saw more uses out of it as like a person trying to use it for, you know, not just for work purposes, but for like, you know, playing games on it. Like that's how they first developed video games, was on like a little code line of like going back and forth like ping pong and stuff. It was just very simple. So when they saw they can do entertainment on that, it kind of just like came out of that, even through TV. Like TV inspired it, but I think the web services and stuff were used for work purposes, like science and stuff. I wouldn't think it was for everybody, but then eventually, like everything does, is it becomes open to the public, and we start to learn about it. But I for sure know that the internet and all that stuff has been around for way longer than I think we think they have been.
Well, didn't it get started with the military?
It started with the government. I'll give you some keywords.
It's had to do with like the ham radio. It started with the radio waves, right?
I don't know. We don't have to get into the
like the details,
the technology of it,
no, okay.
More than like the concept of it. So one of like the keywords for the concepts is packet sharing in the government. It's like what does that mean to you?
I'm thinking of files. Encrypted files being sent over, either through, but like I'm not gonna say like through a hash, but similar to a hash. Just encrypted files. It's a way to get something secure, but I think also we were way more technologically advanced than we thought other people were. At least in our heads, we were very advanced, so we thought that was super cool. But I think that, you know, Russia and other people were doing it too. You know.
Yeah, so they had to get information from one office to the other without people knowing what's going on. So they had to find a way to send it secretively. So they figured out a way to zip up those files.
I wonder how far they could send it though. Back then.
Solid 3 rooms.
Was it that, or was it like to New York from here?
I don't know.
You know, like how far did it actually spread? Or was it kind of like the fax machine, but like upgraded?
It's got to start at least in like one room. You have 10 machines in one room. But before the internet or before even servers, none of them were connected.
You just think about like how that all connects.
Internet means internetwork.
Yeah. It's a mind-blowing actually to think about how much like electricity is running through just the globe right now. Just from us doing this to like sending out emails, all that shit. It's all connected somehow. It's freaking ridiculous. It just keeps building up and building up. Internet's huge.
But we can go from that idea, that initial concept of the internetwork, the internet, with government and file sharing and just a library that is not physical but available to multiple machines, and go to the rise of the global internet, which is also known as
Web 1.0. So this is pretty crazy. So Web 1.0, the only thing that was shared on the internet at that time was information. So it was basically only blog posts. It was only informational. So like a lot of news sites took advantage of it. And back, I don't know if it might have been 2.0 at that point, but if you're old enough to remember dial-up, it was a form of the internet that you linked with your phone carrier, and you can get dial-up internet, and basically you would have to dial in to the internet. So when you would start it would have this god-awful like beep, 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 and it was actually the first time I ever realized that there was an ad, because they used to play the Dixie Chicks as one of the songs that they would have on dial-up when it was like playing. It would be instead of hearing like the as it was like dialing in, you would just hear this, like it would play a Dixie Chicks music video. But yeah, the only thing that was shared was information. So it was like blogs and stuff like that. So you couldn't like purchase anything. You couldn't watch videos, and it took forever. Like it was so slow. And then Web 2.0.
Well, we can stick with Web 1.0. What do you think?
Exactly what he said.
So Web 1.0 also had the creation of URLs.
What does that stand for?
Oh, I used to know this.
Just like web pages, web resources, instead of just like archives.
I feel like it's like universal resource.
Instead of like Dalton was saying, where you enter the internet and then it's just lines of code everywhere. Now you have user interfaced things to be looking at. It's also Web 1.0 is also the beginning of the World Wide Web.
www.
And it just basically keeps emphasizing the use of hyperlinks.
Yeah, so this is basically like the structure of the internet. Like it's the foundation or the base of it, of what we know today at least.
And it just builds up off of that for version 2, version 3.
Because version 2 was basically, it was users were now able to create content on the internet, and you were also able to start purchasing stuff. So when
this was in 2005.
Yeah.
So there was a whole 1990 to 2004 was all Web 1.0.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so then users were able to have their own personal blogs, able to add content. I'm pretty sure that's when Wikipedia got started. Like it was like all about user generated, as opposed to, you know, only a few select handful of people had access to create on the internet because nobody really understood it yet. And so Web 2.0 was all about all of us being able to create and produce and put our like thoughts and stuff out there. So you start to see the rise of all that stuff. And it's also when like social media starts. So MySpace comes out, Tumblr comes out. There's one before that. There's a Blogger. Blogger was a big one, and Weebly was really big. I remember that.
Weebly.
This is also when mobile phones start to connect to the internet.
Yep. I remember there was an internet app.
I bought Age of Empires on my phone.
You'd click it, and then it would like it would be like 5 minutes, and it was on your flip phone, and it'd be this like little globe, and it'd just be going around with these little circles, like circling around it as it like connected to the internet. And yeah, so that was cool.
Yeah, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Wikipedia. How do you think some of these sites start?
With Hello World.
With what?
Amen.
Hello World.
Amen. The birth of a beautiful sight. I love that.
When you start coding, the first thing that you're supposed to do on any like project is like you have to like make the first text that shows up on this site Hello World.
That's just a thing.
I mean, I don't know if it's like a thing, but like I think everybody does it for the first time. That's like the first piece of code you ever write.
What do you think would have been your idea if you were growing up in 2.0? If you were old enough to think and implement something for 2.0?
I'd probably think of MySpace.
You'd think of MySpace?
Yeah, and then I'd sell that.
That's such an abstract idea, though, compared to, say, YouTube.
Yeah, I was going to say some type of video hosting.
No, because if you want quick money, you go MySpace, and then you sell it, and then boom, you're a multimillionaire for the rest of your life. You go to YouTube, that shit took years to even get remotely big.
So the way you're talking about this, tell me your version of the story of Tom.
Tom from MySpace.
Who the fuck is Tom?
Did you ever have MySpace?
No.
Oh. He doesn't know Tom from MySpace is. He's my best friend.
Who is he?
He's the guy that created MySpace.
He was everybody's friend on MySpace.
Yeah, when you went on, he would be your first friend, and it was just him in this like, I think it was a white shirt, standing like he's just smiling.
He's just working on the computer.
Everyone's friends with
Tom just had so many friends. But yeah, so whenever you would do it, he'd be your first friend. It was like automatic.
That's actually funny. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then he sold it, and like years later, someone was like clowning on him on Twitter or something like that. They're like, "How's it feel to have a failed website or something like that?" He was like, "I wouldn't know. I sold it for $5 billion in 2008.
Yeah.
I've been living my life since then.
Yeah.
Have fun, like." And then he just like dunked on the guy.
Yeah.
You know what it is though? My question is, fuck. I feel like I'm having a Jimmy Neutron moment. Think.
We're on two.
Fuck, it was gonna be good. I got distracted by David's words. I was trying to focus on it for a while. That's fine. It's fine. Go to version 3.0.
Version 3.
Hold on. Well, 2.0 is also where internet governance comes in.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
They start making laws and stuff.
Oh, like towards the internet, like what you can post, what you can put up, what you can take down.
Because I feel like that's when all the content begins to be shared. Like, and it's not just written word; it's visual. So naturally, you can piece in a couple ideas of what probably started to get shared a lot. So I feel like there was a lot of they were like, okay, this thing is created. It's clearly not a fad or going anywhere, which is what most people thought during 1.0. And they're like, oh shit, we need to find a way to govern this, and
Well, not even just that, but also like you're sharing information. You're sharing
zip files.
Zip files. You're also sharing ads, classifieds. You're able to sell things now. Mm-hmm. So there's a whole extra half of the internet that is starting to form that most people never know about.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But Matt's been there.
I have. And so can I get to Web 3.0 now? Because I just read about this last night. Yes. It's fucking wild. So Web 3.0 is what we're going through right now. And this actually has to do with a lot of cryptocurrency. So basically now it's like, instead of, we have all the functionalities that we have in our common and are accustomed to now, but now we add in this like internet money that isn't necessarily backed by anything. It's not backed by the gold standard, which our dollar hasn't been for a long time now, but it's basically these created coins that can be sold and used on the internet. And then you get NFTs, which are essentially like, how in a video game, you can like customize your player. You can buy on like a new outfit, or you can level up or whatever. It's essentially how NFTs work. So people will buy them with this internet money that's only good on the internet. And so it's just causing things to just explode. And it's kind of why in that world right now, like a lot of people don't understand what it is, but they know about it. And so we're kind of seeing the birth of Web 3.0, the birth of this like new the way that we understand the internet now is going to be so elementary compared to the way we understand the internet in 5 or 6 or 7 years.
That quick?
Yeah. Wow. It's fucking wild.
That is cool.
Because you introduce like blockchain technology, and you introduce a lot of these other things, and it's just going to be like, once the communal consciousness begins to grasp the idea of it, it's just going to explode into regions that we never even thought was possible. Like the fact that I remember in 2007, my dad told me that I heard some story that we're going to be able to order our groceries on the internet. Like, what, are they going to be spoiled before we get them? Now everybody orders shit on the internet. That's like 90% of the where people buy stuff, So it's like that same idea where people are like, oh yeah, these like cute little art things that are being sold for money. Like, some of those art pieces or NFTs is what I'm referring to. They're sold as like straight up tokens, like the tokens that you get in a game that unlock a new chamber. They're being sold for, if there's like people out there that are like, yeah, this NFT is good and redeemable for, 2 hours of my time. And it can be some multi-billionaire, you know what I mean? So the way that we think about it is so elementary because we don't understand it yet, that when these people that are able to kind of see the future a little bit and understand where things are going, and they understand the game well enough to see it, they're able to be the first actors of it. But then the communal consciousness is going to catch on because people are going to start to buy NFTs and then use it. They're going to see the resources that are available to it. They're going to build their portfolios filled with these different tokens. And so basically this entire internet experience that we have and know today becomes this giant RPG video game that we all get to play and be a part of. And I say get to because I think that I think it's fun. I think it's fucking fascinating. But there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, well, hold up. Like there's, why is that more valuable than this when this is physical? And so we're living in this time where the virtual is beginning to affect the physical. And I think it's just fucking fascinating and it's brilliant and it's going to be fucking wild. So buckle up.
Oh, man.
Fucking crazy, dude. Yeah.
Well, the things you missed in Web 2.0 was search engines.
And Google.
The whole idea of a search engine.
Ask Jeeves.
What are the ones you remember?
Ask Jeeves. He was like a little butler. You got Google. Yahoo was like the main one for a while.
Yahoo had
Yahoo.
Oh yeah, that was their slogan or their sound bit.
Bing.
MSN.
MSN. Yeah.
Well, that's the other one. Instant messengers and email.
AOL.
The idea of email.
Yep. And then you had different email servers like Rocket Mail.
It's a good one.
That's a good one. It has a rocket in it.
Old Faithful.
And then the other one that was really big, file sharing.
File sharing. I don't remember that one.
So that's things like LimeWire.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Which is now like kind of diluted into things like file hosting instead of file sharing, file hosting, which is Drive, Google Drive.
And then also you start to get, it expands outside of your computer and you get multiplayer online video games. Halo. This is probably the first online video game I ever played. I think RuneScape. I played a lot of RuneScape.
Doom were the first ones, yeah.
Played a lot of RuneScape. Who was the one? Maple Village?
Leaf?
No, it was a big.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Harvest Moon?
No. I don't think you could play that online back then. Maple Story?
Maple Story.
I think it's Maple Story.
I remember on Facebook they had this. I think they might still have it, but it's like a farm game, Farmville or something like that.
Oh yeah, back when Facebook was made.
You guys remember Smurf Village?
Yes.
That game was a banger. That game was good as shit.
Yeah, you, mom, and dad all love that game.
Freaking Caleb did. Aubrey did.
Yep.
I spent the night at Caleb's house one time, and we literally played that game till the sun came up.
Really?
Yeah, we just sat, talked, and played.
Caleb stayed up that long?
Yeah, dude. That's how he was into it.
That's why you didn't go to the gym the next morning.
I mean, we were kids, but still fun to play.
But yes, thank you. That ended up being more of a history lesson than an actual historically inaccurate.
I still think we should have done the history of limes because I have no idea where the fuck that was gonna go.
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
I enjoyed it.
Well,
okay.
It happened, and next time we can do something else. But thank you. This has been historically inaccurate, and now we can move on to our signature segment.
1, 2, 3. Is it canon, bro? If you haven't realized, I haven't done the squeak for I don't know.
I don't care.
3 months now.
You can see him.
You're just waiting for me to keep it on. I'm gonna fall for it.
And this
jump across this fucking
is
thing,
it canon, bro?
You won't do that.
How much you want to bet?
I'll do it on camera right now.
I will knock your fucking ass out through that goddamn window.
On camera right now. Let's go. Do
you
it.
Think I'll do it in front of the camera?
I know you won't.
I don't need this to be posted anywhere.
I know you won't.
You're gonna cry way too much, bro.
No.
Bro, you don't know me.
Dalton. You don't want it, bro.
You know what this is?
Fucking cranberry juice. Are you talking shit?
It's Raz Cran, dude.
You cannot look hard drinking Raz Cran.
You're a hard motherfucker if you're drinking raspberry and cranberry juice mixed concentrate.
If anybody right now was watching this and they were like, "Oh, Dalton would totally take him," the second you said Raz Cran in an argument,
that Raz
fucking
Cran,
done.
Bro. Dude, that Raz Cran does it different. Grape Cran is the best, but Raz Cran is still pretty good. Have you ever had a Grape Cran?
No.
Bro, I'm all into the crayons right now. It's great. This one's good. Go try peach crayon tomorrow.
All right. And so this week's Is It Canon, Bro, is the Holy Trinity.
What is that?
Opening parentheses and other magical / powerful numbers.
Yeah, so we're not talking about like a religious Holy Trinity.
So you're talking about 369.
The idea of 3 as a power number.
Is that
you
the
know,
Stone Cold
and
Stunner?
other magical or powerful numbers. Which can you think of?
I
three.
I like the number 8.
4.
7.
7 is a power number. 4 is a negative number
58.
in Asian cultures.
58.
13
In Buddhist cultures.
in Buddhist cultures. And
17.
13 is also unlucky. So the idea that these numbers
How high does it go?
hold, we don't have to go past 13.
Oh, does it go that high though, or is
It's
it
usually
just like,
smaller numbers.
Okay.
Yeah. But the idea that these numbers hold an inherent power or can have an effect on things.
Well, I know in Buddhist culture, if you do a meditation with a chant, you have to chant the words a minimum of 108 times. You can do it more, but you cannot do it any less.
Why is that?
I have no idea.
108 times you said.
108.
How do you even keep count?
I don't know. I also haven't figured that out either. I feel like it's one of those things where you do it at first and you have to really pay attention. So you count every single one. And you're like, as you're doing it,
Like
on
you kind of know how
fingers.
long 108 lasts, and once you figure that out,
once you figure it out, then you're like, okay, it should be about 6 minutes.
yeah.
And then you get there and you're like, okay, that should be good. Be all right.
I wonder what would you chant at? Like, what would you say? Like just the word like you're.
So this actually has a name. It's called numerology.
Yeah, dude. Add all your numbers together, and then
It's just like when you see a group of numbers, like.
yeah. So any number in a triple means something normally positive. It's like 333, 444, 111.
So even that itself is, it's a group of 3 numbers. So that holds power to the
there's a
three.
there's a theory that Nikola Tesla discovered that the numbers 3, 6, and 9 were the basis of our universe. That those 3 numbers in any type of combination are found like sprinkled throughout the universe. And so that's why there's a manifestation technique where it's like whatever you want to manifest, you write it 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times at night. And then that equals 18 times, but 1 plus 8 is also 9. So it goes back to that magical number.
Huh. I would never thought like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
They add everything
That is really
together.
cool.
They really love addition.
I don't know. I honestly, I know nothing about this. I do know like stuff about like codes and stuff. Like there's like codes for like getting what you want in life. Kind of in a form of manifestation.
Oh, what is that called? It's called
we were talking about it earlier this week.
humor. Yeah, it's basically projected. I forget what it's called, but it's like these are the cheat codes of the universe.
Yeah, cheat codes of the universe.
So I know that 426499 is a cheat code for new revenue streams. And I remember I saw that one. And so the idea is like you put that number somewhere where you see it every day, or you say it every day, or you type it in every day. So like for instance, the 426499 was my passcode for a long time.
It took me forever to get into that phone.
And just to see if it works, you know what I mean? Like, who knows? So
did it work for you?
Yeah. Because I mean, I did it like 3 or 4 months ago. I've written more business than I have.
Okay.
Whether it's attributed to that or not, I don't know.
That's cool. No, I could see why, but I just, for me, it's like I'm more curious as to why. I don't know if I can believe it, but I definitely won't put it out. I might have to give it a shot. Maybe something to look into. As like a thought. What do you think?
I say it's canon.
Yeah.
I heard like everything. If you break everything down enough, it comes down to like numbers. Like I think math and numbers are kind of like the language of the universe or God or whatever you want to speak of or believe in. Like I think it all comes down to that. It's the basis of everything. So I think it's kind of hard when you look at it that way for you to think that these numbers don't actually mean anything bigger than just adding them up for whatever.
There's so much shit we don't know, so we can't. I don't think we can put it out. And I don't know.
I say it's fucking canon. I'm with the numerologist, man.
It's canon, bro.
So let's go through. It says the system that Pythagoras founded, the first 9 numbers hold sacred meanings. So what does number 1 mean?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
How the fuck am I supposed to know that?
Can we take your best guess at it? Open your mind.
Freedom.
Saving? I don't know.
1 is like, for lack of a better word, the force. 1 is everything that binds us together. It's the universe.
Give me another number.
What is 2?
Walking.
No.
Air?
Why is 2 powerful? No. Why is 2 a powerful number?
Air. Air.
If I can go water next, I don't
Air.
know. Because it's like when you pair the force with the human body, or it's with some type of...
2's good. 2's stronger than better. It's a bigger number. I don't know.
2 stands for duality. Balance.
Oh, 3's Trinity.
Balance, yin and yang.
3's the Holy Trinity.
But why?
I don't know.
Yeah, normally I can like ballpark you. I have no idea what these.
I have no idea what the fuck any of these mean.
So it's supposed to disrupt the order
of duality.
Of duality, and create the beginning of like an evolution.
So 3's bad.
No, 3 is good.
Oh,
because it's like
4 is
balance
bad.
is like black and white, yin and yang, good and bad.
So does that mean 4 is like a selfish thing?
3 is like starting to introduce grays into the like, creates a deeper and more vivacious world, which is why so many of the things have a power of 3: Father, Son, Holy Spirit, the 3 gods, heaven, sea, and underworld. There's 3 like Egyptian gods.
What's 4?
4 sometimes is good, sometimes is bad. In this case, in Pythagoras's case, 4 connects to the elements.
Fire, earth, water, air.
Yes. As well as directions and seasons. So it's connected to creativity and like emotions and stuff like that.
Oh.
5 adds spirit to the 4. So that's all. That's the only thing that it does. And then this one's interesting because 6 and 7 has like its own weird magical number that connects to chakras. I think that's why it's so powerful in Buddhist cultures. That's how many chakras there are.
Mm.
But 6 and 7 relate to sun and lunar energy. 8
mate, romance.
is a witch's number.
No.
Ooh la la.
Which is why I don't know more about that.
Well, I haven't looked into numbers at all.
9.
And then 8 flipped on its side is an infinity symbol. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but that's what it is. And then 9
live
is
forever.
9 is like you said, it's triple harmony. If 3 is the most powerful number, and then you multiply it by 3, then you get 9. Which
mega
makes it-
strength.
So let's think about this for a second. We're talking about 3, 6, 9. So what's 3 again? 3 is the Holy Trinity.
3 is just
So 3 is everything within us, right?
Yeah.
6 is what?
6 it doesn't have. It's not part of this 3, 6, 9 thing.
Okay, so then what's 9?
9 is just 3 times 3.
No, what the fuck does 9 mean in the thing? And what does 6 mean in the thing?
It's completion of a process and change and growth. But I think the idea is if 3 has a certain amount of power and you times that by 3, it's going to have like this incredibly more massive amount of power.
Yeah, it still doesn't make sense. So I gotta read it.
You gotta look it up on your own.
Yeah.
But the whole idea was if numbers have like an inherent power that shapes and affects the world, which is why you should be doing things in groups of 3 or groups of 7, doing them in these special way because doing it.
How much would we do the bachelor party in?
Huh?
What was our group in the bachelor party? How many people?
13.
All right. Picked the wrong number for that one.
Yep.
Jeez.
I say it's canon.
I don't know.
To be determined.
TBT.
All right. You say TBT?
TBT.
Throwback Thursday?
Throwback Thursday.
TBD.
All right, we'll get you. We'll get a.
I'm gonna read into that next week.
We'll get an update from you next time.
Yeah, catch me up next week.
I'll catch you outside.
Catch you outside.
Matt,
What up?
what are you squaring up with this week?
I am squaring up with
Your knee.
No, I brought that up too much. Everybody knows.
Oh no one's
Being
gonna feel
drunk and riding a bird.
Bird. Squaring up with the damn scooter company because every time I find a scooter, it's dead.
Could you have written it though by yourself?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
If it wasn't dead.
Yeah, because there were brakes. I just would have waited till it came all the way to a stop. I'm not saying I still wouldn't have A, crashed or B, hurt myself, but the chances of it were probably much lower.
Had to be a little lower for sure.
But yeah, because every time I find one of those, man, I get excited and I go through the whole process of downloading the app, scanning the fucking code, putting my card information in, and then it's fucking dead and I get charged 2 cents for nothing. It's annoying. What are you squaring up with?
Just with like my feet, man. I was tired of walking. I really just wanted to sit down, but we were just go that whole weekend. And I was like, guys, I just want to like not move for a little bit. So I was just lazified a little tired, but other than that, I was good. What about you, David? What are you squaring up with, my dude?
I'm squaring up with the act of sliding.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely square up with that.
Yeah, you went with it.
I should probably square up with like the landscape of that park. But
man.
I was in a bind where I had gone too aggressive and was getting attacked. So I tried to run back and slide into some cover. The ground was not slide friendly.
It was dirt and rocks.
So it ripped up my leg.
It just destroyed his
I
leg,
thought I had just
man.
scratched it. No, I took a lot of skin off.
Bro, that
bad.
shit's gnarly.
So now it hurts. I can't really put much. Or I can put weight on it, but it hurts when I put weight on it.
It just looks so gross.
Thank you.
It really does.
Yeah. But now I can't really work out with it either because it looks gross and it feels gross.
It literally looks like your muscles are popping out of your body.
Pepperoni pizza.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dalton, what made you go, whoa, dude?
I don't know. My whoa dude is probably that football's finally back. Football's finally back this week. So that's like, it kind of feels like it feels like it's been quite a while. So I'm kind of just super stoked that it's actually coming here finally. What about you, Matt? What's your whoa dude?
My whoa dude also has to do with paintballing. The ants that we parked by some anthill.
Oh,
those
dude,
ants were fucking
ants.
Massive, and they were crawling up people's legs and biting them. They bit Dalton in the butt.
Bit me in the butt, dude. I also put my pants on. I accidentally scooped up some sand as I was putting my pants on accident because I fell. So I think that's how it got on my butt.
But even there was a couple other people with our party that got bit, and like they were like, that hurt. Like you could see them physically in pain. I was like, damn.
Like it would sting into a burn for like 20 minutes.
I was concerned those ants were gonna pick me up and take me away though. They were fucking huge. They were so big. So big. That was my woe dude.
They built different out there, man.
Right, you Cheese, what's your woe dude?
My woe, dude, is the fact that these ghost energy drinks are not going away. I thought it was just a novelty.
Nope.
And it was just going to be like one-offs. No, I just saw one plastered on the corner of your street.
Yeah.
That one's been there for a while, actually.
And so, these Sour Punch kids?
Sour Patch
Kid energy drinks
I think
that don't taste too bad are here to stay.
Yeah, they're around, man.
Matt, what got you stoked this week?
Bro, football's back. I'm so excited for Sunday. My Sundays are now occupied from now until hopefully February. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see what the 49ers bring this year. I'm just fucking, I'm pumped, dude. I do. I always have high hopes. This is the beginning of this. Everyone has high hopes at this time. Everyone. But
except for Jets fans.
No, they got a new quarterback. I mean, they still look bad, but I mean, my hopes would be higher than when they had Mark Sanchez. But
anything's better than that.
Yeah. What about you, Dalton? What got you stoked?
My Niner jersey that came in last week. I got Fred Warner, and it's the first jersey I've gotten since 2009, 2010, when Willis was in.
I think it was like 2006.
It's an old one, but I had it for years, And then finally, I was like, I need one that looks like it's actually from this generation. So I got a new jersey, and I'm pretty stoked. So I'm excited to wear that. I washed it already, so it's fresh. I know when I put it on for the first game, it's gonna look awesome. What are you stoked with, David?
I was stoked with the fact that the weekend went so well.
Yeah, it was fun. It was so much fun.
It was so much fun.
And yeah, we changed up some plans, and it still went well.
Yeah,
that boat ride was bitchin'.
That was so fun.
Except when it almost didn't start. That was terrifying. Remember, it almost didn't start when Brad went to stop and watch the guy try to.
Oh, it stalled for a second.
Park a Sea-Doo.
Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, it stalled for a solid minute.
Damn.
Yeah, I could see Brad got a little worried, and then he got it to go again.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
Yeah, so. All right, if you made it this far into the podcast, thank you so much for your time. Go ahead and leave us a 5-star rating and a review wherever you are listening to this. If you're here on YouTube, thanks for checking us out. Go ahead and click the subscribe button down below, bell notification icon in the corner. And until next week, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, stay sexy. We're your hosts. I'm Drumm.
And I'm Drummer.
We'll see you guys next week.